In this video, I'm going to walk through how to write Python code that displays a left arrow when the microbit is tilted left, a right arrow when the microbit is tilted right, and a blank screen for anything else. There's a companion video showing how to write the same code using MakeCode blocks, and I put a link to it in the show notes. The two videos together make a nice transition from the basics of event-driven block code to writing the same logic in Python. The microbit has a built-in accelerometer that detects movement in 3 directions: left and right, forward and back, and up and down. We'll use the data from that to tell when the microbit is tilted left or right, and then display the correct image on the LED array. I'm in the Python editor on microbit.org now, which is where I'll write the code. If this is your first time using this editor, check for a link in the show notes for a video that gives a quick introduction to get you started. I'm going to leave all of the sample code except for the 3 lines that are in the while true statement. We're going to replace those with our own code. To handle the 3 options for what to display on the microbit, I want to use an if-then-else statement. The way I'll set it up is, if the microbit is tilted left, display a left arrow. Else, if the microbit is tilted right, display a right arrow. Otherwise, clear the screen. We're going to be using the accelerometer method, which is in the microbit library that we import at the top of the code. That method has a command in it called isGesture, and that command checks for specific movements of the microbit, including tilt left and tilt right. So let's get started writing the code. So now I'm underneath the while true statement and the line is indented. And I'm going to start typing if, and then accelerometer, and that's popping up on the screen, so I'm going to click it so I don't have to type it in, and then a dot. And then remember, we want the isGesture command, so I'll start typing is. And this pop-up window shows us what it should look like. So I should have the motion I'm interested in finding inside single quotes within the parentheses. So I'm going to type a single quote and then the word left, which is what we want for a tilt left. And then I'm going to go out to the end of the parentheses and type a colon, because that signifies the end of the line, tells microbit to process anything that's indented under the if statement. We want to display a left arrow on this line, so I'm going to type in the word display and then dot, and we want show. I'll scroll down and find that. And when I do, it shows me the format I need to type in, so I'm going to use the word image and then dot. And once I click the dot, it brings up all of the predefined constants in the microbit Python library that are images to display on the LED array. So I'll scroll down to arrow underscore W, which when it displays on the microbit LED array will point left. Okay, now if this isn't satisfied, then we want to have our else if in place. Okay, I need to make sure it's outdented, and then I'm going to type elif in, which is Python's version of else if. And then I want to do the same thing that I did on this line, which is to start typing the word accelerometer. Select accelerometer, dot. We want isGesture. And this time we want right in the single quotes. And then I want a colon at the end of this. I'm going to press enter, and I'm indented here, and this is where we want to be, so I'm going to type display. Dot, and then show, and image with a capital I, dot, and this time we want arrow underscore E for east, which points right. Finally, for any other motion of the accelerometer, we want to have an else statement here. I want to make sure I'm outdented, and I'm going to type the word else, then colon, and then we'll type display. Dot, and in this case we want to clear the screen, so I'm going to type clear. Okay, that's it for the code. Now let's go ahead and test it on the simulator. So I'm going to go over to the simulator and click on the play button. And then I'll go down to the list of input elements in the lower right, and I want the accelerometer one, which is the first one. We want to change this to left. And then I'm going to press play. And it shows the left arrow, and note that it just flashes on and off, and that's because this is running this just once, not continually like it'll run on the microbit when we hold it to the left. So we'll test it on the microbit next so we can see it. Okay, let's change this to up, and that keeps the screen cleared. Let's try right. Play, and we get the right arrow. And then let's go ahead and try face down. And that gives us a cleared screen as well. Now let's test it on our microbit. Now this code doesn't have a name. If you're going to download it to your microbit, you might want to name it. And I'm going to type one in so I can download it. We'll call it show motion. You can call it whatever you want. Confirm that and then download it onto your microbit. Now I have the code downloaded on my microbit. Let's go ahead and test it. I'll tilt it to the left and we can see that left arrow shows. Then we'll tilt it backward and nothing happens. Now we'll tilt it to the right and the right arrow shows. And now let's tip it forward and nothing happens. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.